Well, it's amazing the number of young people who are interested in writing and say they want to be writers, as compared to 20, 30, 40 years back. It wasn't very fashionable. And I think part of the reason for that is there's a certain perhaps glamour to it, or a feeling of you're doing something of permanent interest. And of course, a good writer can produce something of permanent interest. So but my advice is to any young person is to don't be in a rush or in a great hurry to be published. Master your craft. Be as fluent as possible in the language you choose to write in, whether it's English or Hindi or a regional language, and develop your own style, your own unique way of saying things. Be different from others, and then work towards your goal. I think at a very young age, while I was still at school, and I was very fond of books and reading, and I think it's just other writers inspired me. I wanted to emulate my favorite writers, not write what they were writing, but yes, look out. Well, when I was 12 and I read David Copperfield for the first time, I mean the complete book, not the abridged school version, and there was young David who grows up to become a writer. In the process he also runs away from home. So to emulate him, I ran away from home and came back the next day because I didn't take enough pocket money. So don't run away from home unless there is the prospect of coming back. Yes, no, I don't think there's anything lacking in this generation, not at all. There's perhaps more ambition than there was in my generation, where it was just the odd person who perhaps wanted to excel. And now I find every second young boy or girl does want to excel in something, and the opportunities are there. It's just, I think, a question of application, of hard work, and I would say certainly that I wouldn't discourage anybody from wanting to write or do anything creative. I think in many ways it's probably easier now, because I think there are more publishers, there are more outlets for creative energy. We never had television or the internet, or these are also mediums where one can express oneself. So either you sat down and wrote for a magazine, or you wrote a book, or you maybe wrote for films which were there, but then that was it as far as writing went. Yes, say it's a short story, then, which is probably my preferred medium, because I'm lazy. I don't like the prospect of sitting down and writing a 300-page novel. But a 10-page story I can toss off, in a day or two. But I would, before I sat down to write it, I would visualize the plot, the characters, the situations, and in my mind, like a little film maybe, and that would then help me. So then it's just a matter of putting it down in words, in dialogue, and make it interesting. You don't then get maybe stuck halfway and have what people call writer's block. So there's that, and a certain amount of discipline in that you don't have to write every day your 1,000 words, you know, as P.G. Wodehouse used to do or something, but a certain amount, try and do a little work every day, so that by the end of the year you've at least accomplished something. Parting words. Well, don't despair, and don't let disappointment or get the better of you, because very often in writing or in any artistic profession there will be disappointments earlier on, and so just keep working and towards the end that you visualize for yourself, and you'll get there eventually. Right.